Love doesn't always arrive in fireworks. Sometimes, it shows up quietly, hidden in small behaviors that speak louder than three little words ever could. We often think that if someone is serious about us, they will say it openly. They will confess their feelings, make promises, define the relationship, and plan the future out loud. But the truth is, some men love deeply long before they feel ready to admit it. For them, commitment isn't a lack of desire, it's fear. Fear of failing you, fear of not being enough, fear of rushing something so precious that it could fall apart. So instead of big gestures and loud declarations, they show their love in gentle actions, in the quiet moments you almost overlook. You might wonder, if he wants a future with me, then why is he moving so slowly? Why does he hesitate when labels come up? Why does he take one step forward and then pause? Here's the secret. When a man sees you as his forever, he becomes careful. He slows down, not because he doubts you, but because he doesn't want to lose you. There's a different kind of love, the kind that builds like a home, brick by brick, moment by moment, day by day. A man like that won't rush the foundation. He knows real love is worth patience. So instead of promises he can't fulfill yet, he gives you effort. He gives you honesty. He gives you consistency. He gives you presence. And if you pay attention, you'll see that his actions have already chosen you. He may not say, "Let's spend our lives together." But he does say, "Did you get home safe? How was your day? Tell me what you're scared of. I'm listening." He may not talk about marriage yet, but he introduces you to the people who matter to him, protects your heart, remembers your dreams, and tries to grow into the man he wants to be for you. Slow love isn't weak. Slow love is intentional. He doesn't want you for a moment. He wants you for a lifetime. And that kind of love takes time. Not distance, not detachment, not doubt, just time. In this video, we're going to explore 15 powerful signs that show a man wants a future with you, even if he's moving slowly. Signs that live in his habits, in his priorities, and in the way his heart chooses you even when his words haven't caught up yet. So if you've been questioning his silence, if you've been misreading his caution as disinterest, if you've been wondering whether the future you're dreaming about is the same future he imagines too, stay with me till the end. You're about to find out. He might already be loving you, deeper than you think. 1. He pays attention to your plans like they matter to him too. Almost equals 300 words. When a man is moving slowly but genuinely wants a future with you, one of the first signs is how closely he listens to your personal dreams, life goals, and future plans. Even if he isn't rushing into a relationship, he treats the things you care about with respect and interest. The biggest clue? He doesn't just hear you, he remembers. You might casually mention that you want to study abroad someday or that you've always dreamed of starting a small business. Later, he brings it up as if he has been thinking about it too. He asks questions, not to judge you, but to imagine how he could fit into that picture. Even if he doesn't say it out loud, he's mentally placing himself somewhere in your future vision. He'll ask things like, "Would you ever want to move cities? How long have you been planning that?" His curiosity is more than small talk. It's an investment. He also shows encouragement. If you say you want something ambitious, he doesn't doubt you or laugh it off. Instead, he supports your goals and provides motivation because he's already emotionally connected to your success. He wants your future to be fulfilling because deep down, he hopes to be a part of that future. He might not use romantic words, but the way he treats your dreams proves everything. He cares about where you are going in life because he's slowly trying to align his path with yours. Even if he is not ready to take huge steps right now, he is preparing quietly. His attention is his way of saying, "I see a future with you. I just want to do it right." 2. He gets serious when you talk about long-term topics. Almost equals 300 words. Men who don't care usually avoid conversations about the future. They change the topic, joke around, or act uncomfortable when life planning comes up. But when a man wants a future with you, even if he moves slowly, his energy shifts the moment long-term topics enter the conversation. You might notice that his tone becomes deeper, more mature, and more focused. He might stop scrolling his phone, lean forward, or give direct eye contact. This change shows he's fully present and taking every word seriously. He doesn't talk in vague one-day phrases. He starts imagining real possibilities. Where do you want to live? Do you ever want kids? What does your dream life look like? Even small questions like what kind of home do you see yourself in are signs he's trying to understand what a future together could look like. He is careful, though, not rushing into commitments or making promises he isn't ready to keep. That's why he may appear slow. He wants to make sure he can live up to the expectations he is considering. Another big clue: he takes your opinions seriously. If he's faced with a major life decision, like changing jobs or moving, he asks what you think. He doesn't want a future that excludes you. He might not label the relationship yet because committing to the wrong timing scares him more than committing to the right person. His seriousness shows respect. It shows depth. It shows intention. He may not say "I want forever" out loud, but his eyes and his focus tell you everything. He is planning his life with you in mind, one step at a time. 3. He introduces you to people who are important in his life, almost equals 300 words. A man who is unsure about you keeps you completely separate from his real world. But a man who sees a future with you, even if he is slow and cautious, will eventually open the doors to the people who matter the most in his life. This includes his closest friends, the people he trusts and respects, sometimes even his family. Introducing you isn't a casual move for him. It's a big emotional step. It means he wants others to see you the way he sees you. And he wants to see how well you blend into his inner circle, because future compatibility matters to him. His friends might start acting friendly or teasing him because he has already shared how much he likes you. Meanwhile, he pays attention to how you interact with them, not because he doubts you, but because he cares about the long-term dynamic. He is also watching how his world treats you. If someone in his life doesn't treat you well, he notices quickly and may even distance himself from that person. Why? Because your comfort matters. Another hint: he feels proud standing next to you. He doesn't hide you. He shows you off in the most natural, respectful ways. He might not introduce you as his girlfriend right away, but the intention is clear. He wants them to get familiar with the person he hopes will stay. He is slowly merging his world with yours. That's not something men do unless they see real potential. Meeting his people isn't the end goal. It's the beginning of something real. 4. He prioritizes you even when he says he's not ready yet. Almost equals 300 words. A man who truly wants a future with you, even if he isn't ready to take big steps, will still make you a priority in his life in quiet but meaningful ways. He may not rush into a label or commitment, yet his actions consistently show that you matter. He'll show up when you need him, adjust his plans to make time for you, and put effort into maintaining a strong connection. He makes sure you feel valued. If you're going through something difficult, he won't disappear or leave you to handle things alone. He checks in, listens, and supports you in ways that bring comfort and stability. His presence becomes a reassurance, even if he isn't promising anything grand yet. He pays attention to the small details: what makes you happy, what stresses you out, and what you need emotionally. And he acts on that knowledge. He may not say "I love you," but if you call him late at night feeling upset, he will either pick up immediately or respond as soon as he sees the message. That is priority. He also gives you space when needed, because he respects your boundaries and doesn't want to push you away. His slow pace isn't confusion, it's caution. He doesn't want to commit carelessly or risk hurting you. He wants to be fully prepared before stepping into a deeper role in your life. He might feel he needs more time to build himself, stabilize his career, or heal from past experiences, but even in the middle of all that, you remain at the top of his emotional list. That effort shows one truth: he wants you, just in the right timing. 5. He talks about someday but doesn't rush anything. Almost equals 300 words. When a man sees a long-term future with you, the word someday naturally appears in his conversations, even if he avoids rushing into commitments. He gently hints toward experiences you could share later, trips to places you both love, a dream home, plans you find exciting. These aren't empty words. They're glimpses of the future he quietly imagines with you. You might hear things like, "Someday we should travel there together," One day, when life is calmer. In the future, I want us to do that. This shows is not just focusing on today, he's thinking forward. He's mentally placing you beside him in a life he hopes to build. But his slow pace is important to understand. He may have fears, not about you, but about life. Maybe he wants to be more financially stable first. Maybe he wants to make sure he can give you the love and security you deserve. Maybe he's still healing from past heartbreak. Instead of rushing and risking a breakup, he takes his time because he wants to do things with a steady foundation. That caution is not lack of love. It's respect for what you could be together. Is not avoiding commitment. Is preparing for the right moment. He just wants the future to be real, not rushed. He knows that long-lasting love takes patience. So every time he says someday, it truly means, I want you in my future. I just want to be the right man first. 6. He asks questions that show he wants to understand you deeply. Almost equals 300 words. Most casual relationships stay on the surface. Small talk, jokes, basic details. But a man who sees something real with you wants to explore the deeper parts of who you are. He asks meaningful questions, not because he wants information, but because he wants connection. He'll ask things like, what scares you the most? What do you believe real love looks like? What's your biggest dream? What makes you feel truly safe? These questions reveal curiosity about your emotions, your experiences, your mindset, and your values. He wants to truly know you, not just the version you show the world. He listens actively, no distractions, no fake interest. He remembers what you tell him and brings it up later in thoughtful ways. If something upsets you, he notices. If something makes you excited, he encourages it. And he doesn't hesitate to open up in return. Slowly, he shares his fears, his past, and the parts of himself he hides from others. When both people reveal their inner world, emotional trust builds. And that's the foundation of a real future. He wants to understand how you love, how you heal, and how you think, because he wants to be someone who fits your heart. His deep questions prove he's not here for a temporary chapter. He's learning how to love you the right way, patiently, carefully, and completely. He might move slowly in actions, but emotionally, he is stepping toward you with intention. His curiosity says everything. He cares about your heart, not just your presence. 7. He shares personal dreams, and you're quietly included in them. Almost equals 300 words. When a man truly wants a future with you, even if he's moving slowly, one of the strongest signs is how naturally you appear in his dreams. He starts opening up about the life he wants, not just surface-level desires, but the long-term vision that reveals who he is and who he hopes to become. And as he speaks, you'll notice something important. You are already a silent part of that picture. He might talk about wanting a cozy home someday, traveling the world, building a career he feels proud of, or even living by the ocean. And there you are, woven into that dream without him having to state it directly. He says we more than I. Even when he tries to stay subtle, his heart gives him away. This is vulnerability. Men do not share their deepest hopes with just anyone. They guard their fragile dreams until they trust someone enough to let them in. If he shares that part of himself with you, it means he sees you as someone who will stay, someone who will grow with him. He may not rush to make those dreams a reality. He may not promise timelines or immediate actions, but he plants seeds carefully, showing you how he imagines life, with you in it. He doesn't need to label the relationship yet. He doesn't need dramatic confessions. His dreams are already speaking the truth for him. You matter so much. I'm designing my future around you. 8. He makes effort to fix misunderstandings instead of walking away. Almost equals 300 words. When feelings are shallow, misunderstandings end everything. People walk away easily when the connection doesn't matter to them. But when a man truly wants a future with you, even if he protects his heart by moving slowly, he will always choose the relationship over his ego. If conflict happens, he doesn't disappear, ghost you, or ignore the problem. Instead, he tries to talk it out. He apologizes if he knows he hurt you. And if he believes you misunderstood him, he explains his side calmly instead of turning defensive. For him, The goal is not to win. It is to heal the bond. He might not be experienced in expressing emotions. He might even struggle to communicate perfectly. But he tries, and that effort alone tells you everything. Because love is not measured by perfection. It's measured by how hard someone works to keep the connection alive. He values your feelings. He values the relationship. He fears losing you more than he fears uncomfortable conversations. Conflict becomes a chance to grow closer, not further apart. He learns what hurts you so he can avoid hurting you again. He learns what comforts you so he can bring more peace. When he chooses resolution instead of running away. When he chooses clarity instead of silence. When he chooses you even in difficult moments. That is love. That is long-term intention. That is a man saying without words, "You're worth the effort. I want to stay." 9. He remembers everything you say about your future goals. Almost equals 300 words. Most people forget the details. They hear words but don't keep them. But a man who wants a future with you, even slowly, remembers the things that are important to you. Your goals don't leave his mind because he's genuinely rooting for your success. You might casually mention wanting to open a cafe one day, or that you dream of studying abroad, or buying a small house with a garden. Later, he brings it up like he's been thinking about it too. He sends you opportunities, links, ideas, or encouragement with perfect timing. Why? Because your dreams inspire him. Because he wants to be there when those dreams become real. He also pays attention to the emotional meaning behind your goals. If becoming independent is important to you, he supports that. If you want financial stability, he admires your ambition. If you talk about a peaceful life, he understands the kind of love you need. He doesn't discourage you or say things like "that's too big" or "be realistic." Instead, he believes in your future more than you sometimes believe in it yourself. This is not coincidence. This is commitment, quietly forming. He is collecting pieces of your future so he can walk into it beside you. His memory isn't just sharp. It's selective, and it selects you. When a man holds on to your dreams, he's telling you the truth his mouth may be scared to speak. I see you in my future, and I want to help you reach your best version there. 10. He shows you his real self, not just the attractive version, almost equals 300 words. In the beginning of many relationships, people show only their polished side. Confidence, humor, charm, everything that looks impressive. But when a man wants a future with you, the mask slowly comes off. He lets you see the real him, not the flawless picture he shows the world, but the human beneath. He opens up about his fears, his insecurities, the mistakes he regrets, and the parts of himself he doesn't like to admit. He shares stories about his childhood, the people he's lost, what broke him in the past, or what he's still trying to overcome. This level of vulnerability is not easy, especially for men, because showing weakness feels risky. But he trusts you, and that trust is a love language. He lets you see him on his worst days, when he's tired, stressed, or emotionally closed off. And he feels safe enough to cry in front of you, if needed. That is a powerful sign of depth. Most importantly, he doesn't try to be perfect for you. He just tries to be honest. He wants you to love the truth of who he is, not the illusion. He thinks long-term, and long-term love can't survive on performance. It survives on authenticity. So he slowly reveals his true heart because he hopes you will stay for the man he really is. His realness whispers a quiet promise. I see you as someone who deserves my truth, not my act. 11. He invests time, not just words, into the relationship. Almost equals 300 words. Anyone can say sweet things. Anyone can promise love. Words are easy, effort isn't. That's why the most powerful sign that he sees you in his future is this: he gives you his time. Even if his schedule is full, even if life is chaotic, he creates space for you. It may not always be big romantic dates. Sometimes it's just sitting with you while you talk, calling you before bed, or showing up when you didn't expect it. But those quiet moments mean everything. He includes you in his routines. He wants you around in the everyday parts of life: grocery shopping, a simple walk, late-night food, running errands together. Because a future together means more than just romantic highlights. it means partnership in normal life too. He keeps the connection alive consistently. He checks on you, follows up about your day, and notices when something feels off. Quality attention becomes a habit, not an effort. He doesn't say, "I'll try." He shows, "I'm here." Time is a person's real currency, and he invests it in you. Even when he isn't ready to commit fully, his presence makes it clear. You matter every day, not just when it's convenient. Love isn't what he says, it's what he makes time for, and is making time for you. 12. He slowly lets you into his inner circle and space, almost equals 300 words. Men do not easily allow someone inside their personal world. Their home, their routines, their closest friends. These spaces are protected. But when a man sees a future with you, he begins to slowly open the doors to what he cares about most. He invites you into his personal space, maybe his room, his favorite places, his hobbies. Not to impress you, but to show you where he feels most himself. He wants you to be part of his comfort zone. He lets you meet the people who influence his life, siblings, cousins, childhood friends, the ones who know his history. They recognize quickly that you are not just someone passing through. You become familiar in his world, not a guest, not a temporary presence, but someone who belongs. Your things start finding a place in his space, your jacket on his chair, your toothbrush in his bathroom. These small details are silent milestones. He also gives you emotional access. He lets you see him when he's not strong, when he's not performing, when he's just a man trying his best. This opening up doesn't happen fast. It happens gradually, because he wants to trust the foundation before he fully builds the home. But every step is deliberate. Every door he unlocks for you is a sign of love. When a man lets you into his world, it's because he wants you to stay in it. Forever isn't spoken, it's shown, and is already showing it. He wants a life where his space becomes your shared home. 13. He gives you small signs of commitment without labels, almost equals 300 words. Some men struggle with labels because labels feel like pressure. But effort, that's where the truth hides. A man who wants a future with you, even if slowly, will show commitment through the things he consistently does, not just the things he says. He plans ahead with you. Maybe it's something as simple as booking tickets for a movie next week or helping you choose furniture for your room. But these gestures prove he sees you still there in his life tomorrow. He saves your favorite snacks at his place. He remembers dates that matter to you. He checks in regularly because he cares how your day is going. He doesn't flirt with others or entertain attention from people who want him. He sets quiet boundaries because he wants to respect the bond is building with you. Even without the official title, he acts like you're already part of his life. He also includes you in decisions. If he's planning something important, your opinion matters. If someone asks about you, he doesn't call you just a friend. Instead, he smiles and says something that clearly shows you are more. He doesn't rush to define the relationship, not because he's unsure about you, but because he wants the label to come at the right moment and to last. His actions already speak the label he hasn't said yet. His love isn't loud, but it's loyal. And loyalty is commitment even without the name. He is showing he's yours before he asks you to be his. 14. He fears losing you more than he fears commitment. Almost equals 300 words. Many men hesitate to commit not because they don't care, but because they care too much. Commitment is scary when the person matters this deeply. It comes with vulnerability, responsibility, and the fear of failing someone you want to keep forever. But here's the difference. He may be afraid of commitment, but he is terrified of losing you. When you pull away or act distant, he reacts emotionally. He checks on you, becomes more present, and tries harder. That is a sign of someone whose heart is already invested. If you mention another guy or talk about moving on, even as a joke, he becomes uneasy. His eyes reveal a kind of panic he doesn't want you to notice. He may not always articulate his feelings clearly, but his actions during fear show everything. He holds onto you tighter in moments when you might slip away. He works to earn your trust because he wants you to feel secure with him. He might move slowly because he wants to be prepared when he fully chooses you, financially, mentally, emotionally. But every step he takes is a careful move toward forever. If commitment was something he didn't want, losing you wouldn't matter. But it does, deeply. Men who don't feel something real walk away easily. Men who feel a future fight quietly, consistently, lovingly. His fear of losing you is his heart confessing the truth. He's already choosing you. He just wants to do it right. 15. He treats you like the right person, just not right now. Almost equals 300 words. Timing can be the one thing that delays love, even when everything else is perfect. And sometimes, a man knows he has found the right woman, but life hasn't aligned yet. He needs more time to grow, to build, to be ready, not for love, but for you. If he didn't see you as the right person, he would never stay. He would never try. He would never protect the bond. But he does, because he knows what he has found is rare. He may tell you, "I'm not ready yet." But look at how he behaves. He treats your heart with care. He worries about your feelings. He avoids hurting you even by accident. He wants to give you a version of himself that can love you fully, proudly, and permanently, not halfway. That's why he moves slowly. He doesn't want to promise a future he's still building, but he wants to make sure the foundation has you in it. He values you deeply. That's why he doesn't rush. He respects your worth. That's why he takes his time. He sees your importance. That's why he stays. Sometimes love arrives before readiness, but he stays close because he believes the right moment is coming. He is not saying no. He is saying, "Please don't leave. I'm almost ready to love you the way you deserve."